Alrighty then, chat room. Welcome back to another real rap. For once, it's not misery porn, even though that's coming up soon. Don't even trip.
God,
You already know
God.
you already know when we went to the store, we got you the misery porn in the bag. Come on now, you come on now. You know it's a prerequisite. Anyway, this time to celebrate the 30-year anniversary of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers,
Yes,
we
sir.
watched Once and Always, which was their new, like, I guess it was one of the Netflix deal shows or specials. It was about an hour and a half long or something. It was like 58 minutes or so. I think that's like a little bit under an hour and a half. No, I'm tripping. That's literally an hour, just like a hard hour of footage.
Yeah.
Because I always have to think like, whenever I see like the time of a show, I think about it within commercials. So your 40-minute show is like maybe an hour 20 minutes long or whatever on TV, like with
Yeah.
commercials in it. So that's how my brain works. So whenever I see something like that, don't look at me like I'm an asshole. It's just how TV works. Blame TV. So to start, I like this. I think it was a very good homage. It was a very good send off to this team, even though they were missing uh, quite a bit of characters. Like there was no Jason David Frank for obvious reasons. Rest in peace. Austin St. John wasn't there. They didn't have Amy Jo Johnson either, but they did have all the majority of the other characters that were part of this show at one point or another.
Majority. Yeah. Uh Toy Trang also wasn't there because she also passed away. Um,
But
but
she was the focal point of this special, which is really cool
yeah.
because they never got around to doing anything like out of their way for her. So this is
Yeah.
actually super cool.
And I think it also like kind of brought it together in a really nice way. Um, for once, kind of, and maybe I might be wrong, but I guess in Mighty Morphin too. Also, like at a certain point in the series, it wasn't even about the red anymore. But it's nice to see, I guess, a newer Power Ranger series not center themselves around the red. Because the focal point of this movie is, like we said, Min, which is Trini's kid, Zach and Billy. And I think that the like dynamic that the three of them had, or it's like the dynamic between, I guess Zach's kind of like at the center of this, right? Zach has the relationship with Billy. Or he has a brotherhood with Billy, and then he's also like the father figure, or he might even just outright be the father at this point of Min. Um, and he does a great job at like balancing both, like the brotherhood thing and the fatherhood thing, like really well. And I really like Zach's actor. I don't say that for a lot of actors. A lot of these niggas out here are bums,
Walter
but like
Jones was trying to act his ass off in this shit.
he was doing great. Like it felt like he hadn't skipped a beat from like when the show or his last appearance in the show. Uh, he still kept up with like all the martial arts shit, the hip hop keto shit. Like he was really good in and out of the suit. Uh, like, he fucking killed it. And he looks the exact fucking same. Like black do not crack, right? I know Mykey was
He
saying that.
really did just age a little bit. Like that's so
Yeah,
crazy.
nigga grew a beard. That's the only difference I see, right? He grew a beard and he got a lineup.
He got his hairline back.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. No more memes. My guy is right. Put some respect on my guy,
Nah,
please.
nah, nah. We need to revisit that photo because y'all need to put some respect
Yeah.
on my man. Shit.
I forget when, but I remember there being a tweet of him like responding to like every time that came around. One time he was just like, "Yo, please leave me alone, dog." I don't know if it's real or if I made that shit up, but I could have swore one time he was just like, "Y'all have got to leave me alone for this, please." It was '93, dog.
Yeah, I hope it's real. I'm not gonna go look for it, but I hope that shit is real.
Yeah, if y'all find it, please put in the comments or something. If
Because
y'all
you
are
know the
any
photo
Discords
that
that
I'm
we're in,
talking about. Like, there's this
yeah,
one photo. It has to be edited. It feels like it's edited because his hairline is in a crazy clean U.
it's
Like,
so bad.
like there's no beginning and end. It's just you
Yeah,
all over the place.
like whoever is on set for that guy really fucked him up because holy shit. Oh my god.
So let me get into some nerd shit real quick. So I didn't get the image here. I probably should like slot that in at some point. But when they do the Bandora protocol, so which Bandora is Rita's Super Sentai counterpart? So it's really cool if they were able to, fit that in there. They would do that multiple times throughout the series and stuff like that. But some really cool Easter eggs in here, and really really weird points. But the Bandora protocol shows majority of the locations in the Power Rangers universe. Reefside, I think it was Terra. Honestly, hold on. Now that I think about it, being able to call Terra Venture is crazy. Because I'm pretty sure Terra Venture is on the other side of the fucking. Not even the known galaxy. I'm pretty sure it's just like out there. Because they were able to escape the Lost Galaxy. Right? Terra Venture is whatchamacallit. It's a Lost Galaxy.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Yeah, so it's a space colony on the other side of the fucking universe. So them being part of the Bandora Protocol is very funny. Then they showed Osaka, and for an hour now, I've been trying to figure out what team or who could possibly be in Osaka. And I think that's just trusted allies, like trusted Ranger allies. Because there's no Ranger team that would be based even near Japan.
Yeah, it might not be a team, but it might be like, maybe one of them niggas is visiting out there.
Or lived out there or something. Because I don't... Yeah. I can't think... There's no team that's like directly in Japan. Because all of the other... Because the Legendary Ranger powers that were used in Super Mega Force are basically just the Showa series, or Showa era Sentai series that were never adapted and couldn't have been adapted, so they just said, yeah, they're from another planet in whatever solar system connected to the Morphin grid. That was their little band-aid. I mean, obviously, had you asked anyone else other than fucking Neil Saban at that time to give you a reason as to why these teams existed, they probably would have given you like whole episodes teaching you about these teams and all their problems and whatnot, and trying to find a way to fit the Monster of the Week into that. But I listen, man. I don't want to talk about that early 2010s period of Power Rangers because that was unwatchable. I still haven't gotten through it.
Well, it just started with Samurai, right?
Yeah, from Samurai up to Super Ninja Steel, I'm pretty sure, or I guess Beast Morphers if you wanna. Because Beast Morphers is like the Wild Force of that new era, where like it's technically the last Neil Saban series, but it's also the first Hasbro series or whatever.
Yeah, so like that weird transitional period.
Yeah, listen, man. Also, shout out Disney for putting out RPM and putting out like they would put out these shittiest toys known to man from Ninja Storm onwards, and not do anything with the IP and wonder why this shit was not generating the money that it did before.
I was doing my part, alright? I was watching that damn TV show, and I even bought one of them damn games. So they hired me.
Which one you got? Super Legends?
I think so. I don't remember. It was on the PS3. I think it was really bad.
It's not a bad game. I mean, it's ugly, but that's because that's what happens when you give your game a budget of like $20,000 or whatever the fuck it is. It was a super low end budget. It looks like a Flash game or whatever. But back to the special. What's more nerd shit that I wanted to point out? Oh, the power coin situation. Because when Kat and Rocky come in, Alpha and Billy were talking about making basically faux power coins that had, the Ranger energy in them. And it's really weird because if I remember correctly, Dimension in Danger or whatever, it's canon to the universe, and it's also the multiversal transportation or whatever. because they introduced these damn click remotes. You ever seen that movie? The Adam Sandler movie, the fucking
Yeah.
universal remote. That's basically what they got, and then they just jumped between dimensions because for whatever reason, Dino Charge and some other series, I think it's Ninja Steel or whatever, are in different universes. Yeah, I don't ask me, okay? Because I didn't write that shit. If I did, you probably wouldn't be hearing from me right now.
I
But
feel you.
but Rocky and Cat should have those Mighty Morphin powers.
Yeah.
Because there's that. Adam has a reconstructed Mastodon coin.
Right.
I mean, it's broken in Once a Ranger, which was back in space when he had to help Carlos out, and it's completely fixed by or no, sorry, Always a Chance is the Carlos episode, and Once a Ranger is the that's the Operation Overdrive team up that everybody hates because it makes the Overdrive team look even more shit than they do in their original series, which is crazy when you think about it.
It had a good opening, though, I'll tell you that.
That shit was ass. You ain't like that shit, bro. Go listen to that shit again.
Operation Over? No, I have nostalgia for it, so I can't even.
Bro, go listen to that shit again. I'll wait.
Let's see. I'm not hitting the full thing. I'm hitting the 1 minute version.
And like I said,
we might have.
I told you that shit, bro. Trust me, dog. That shit was not a knee slapper. It's the photo of the nigga and he got his fucking headphones jacked into the garbage can, bro. That's what that shit is.
It's the RDC clip, man.
That shit is garbage, baby.
I hated this series. Holy shit.
Yeah, me too. I like the team up episode. It's like Wild Force. The entire series is a conduit to get you to this fucking fire team up. You sit through almost the entirety of Wild Force just to get to Reinforcements from the Future Part 1 and 2 to get Time Force closure, and then to get Forever Red, which is an anniversary series or anniversary episode.
Yeah. This is ridiculous.
We also get super cool lore points with Aisha and Adam being part of SPA, which can only be assumed to be. I think some people asked Johnny Young Bosch about it, and he was like, "Yeah, it should be Space Patrol Alpha. I mean, if SPD is Space Patrol Delta, so because it's set in the current timeline of 2023. So, well, yeah, majority of it is set in 2023, except for the opener, which is set in 2022. And SPD, the SPD that we know in universe, is supposed to be 2025. So we're roughly two or so years off of Jack Landers leading that SPD team.
That's cool. I noticed that. Like I recognized it, but I was like, nah, it can't be. And then I saw it again at the end, and I was just like, nah, I gotta ask. Like, is that the thing? And guy was like, yeah, kinda. And I'm like, oh shit.
And that's really cool. That's a really cool place to put those characters, especially Aisha, because Aisha's whole thing was that she was like, when they did the Zeo quest way back when to get their powers back, she decided to stay in Africa, and nobody knew how she was able to age back up, or if she would have the memories or whatever. Like that was it. That was a major plot hole. Because if that character ever came back, how do you bring that character back? And this was a really cool way to bring that character back. So, and then we get to the captured Rangers. Oh my god!
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm gonna say it right now. If you have a battleizer and you got caught, you're trash. You're so bad.
so to name a few just off the top of my head, they got majority of the Beast Morphers Rangers. I believe they got red, blue, and gold from Beast Morphers. They got Carlos. They got Carlos. They got I don't think they got Ashley. I know they got Tanya. They got Connor and Trent.
Both them niggas
So
suck.
they got Connor. They got Trent. They got Tommy. They got Jason, Tommy, and Kim. They got the three. They got the boys from that Lost Galaxy team. So they got Leo. They got Holy shit! It's Damon. Yes, they got Leo, Damon, and Kai. They ended up getting somehow, some way. They ended up getting the Phantom Ranger. That guy can turn invisible. How the fuck did you get caught?
Listen, bro, they ran up on him. He got grabbed, and that's all. That's all it takes.
They got Miracle, garbage ass.
Of course they did.
Useless. Bro, that Lunar Wolf, she's so trash. As soon as fire, but that nigga is garbage. They ended up getting what's his name? They ended up getting Tanya, which is really cool because you got Aisha. Not you have multiple Yellow Rangers on screen. You have Min who's taking over as Mighty Morphin Yellow, which is weird because realistically, do you even need a Mighty Morphin Yellow at this point, at this juncture?
Hey, listen, man. Nigga, they're setting up for something. Well, not setting up, but I mean, if they ever want to do it again, then
I
they
would
have
love
the
for them to
avenues to.
continue and make make an OC Ranger series, kind of like the scrapped idea for Hexagon, where it's like little strike teams of Rangers put together. So you'll get those Dream Ranger teams. Like you'll get a team led by Adam that has, I don't know, fucking Joel and TJ or something on it, or you'll have a TJ led team and it's got, you know, a couple of guys from other series. It's got Shane. It's got Connor on it. It's got you know, having cool lineups, like having a team with no red on it. You could get your black, blue, green, yellow, pink, or a black, blue, white, or whatever. But I mean, I don't know if we'll get that. We talked about this and the way that oh, do you have something to say?
No, you're good.
No, I was saying the way that the entire thing is shot is very weird. The way it's shot, it's
Yeah.
recorded, the way audio is captured is very weird. Because I'm gonna take a seat back because this is not my area of expertise. There you go, Tux.
Yeah. So while we were talking just now, I was trying to look up any kind of information on any of like what they shot on and like just any fucking thing. I couldn't find it. Trying to look up the budget right now and I can't find it. I wonder why. But there's a scene at the beginning of the movie after after Trini dies. And Billy and Zach are talking about how are we supposed to, you know, tell Min that her mom got boomed by Rita Repulsa that got brought back by Billy. And in that room, it just something sounds off, right? And I have a couple theories. I'm not just gonna outright say the audio sucks, but it sounds to me like either, and this is, I haven't graduated film school, I haven't taken an audio class yet, which I probably should sign up for right now, but I'm not going to. But if I had to guess, you know, maybe they shot on location and there's a lot of shit happening nearby and they can't, reshoot or something for whatever reason. So they just took that audio and just fucking ran it through and denoised it so that it sounds kind of weird. Like at certain points, it's not going to sound completely weird because they still have lavs on and whatever. But it just sounded different between the two. Like something sounded weird between the two of them. And also I feel like the issue that people have with like modern Power Rangers, at least like what Guardy was showing me from certain screenshots, is that they just like there's two screenshots that he showed me of. One from what's he is this Kyoryuger or Ryusoulger? Kyoryuger.
Kyoryuger, yeah.
Yeah. And the American version, what is that shit called?
Dino Charge.
Dino Charge, of course, called fucking Dino Charge. But like the very stark difference that you can see between the two of them is that like one of the like the lineup for one the suits are all shiny and shit like that, very saturated, very colorful, right? And then in the other, it looks kind of duller. And this could be a multitude of factors. Maybe, sun wasn't hitting that day. Probably not, but like maybe the fucking fabric that they're using isn't as shiny. But then you look at the helmets, and the helmets also feel kind of lackluster too. So it's either a fucking like the entire suit is just boof, or it's a color grading issue. And then he showed me another screenshot, and I feel like it's just a color grading issue, where niggas are just not turning the dial up on the fucking saturation. Like they're just letting things be naturalistic and kind of lifelike for whatever reasons. But then you go look at the '93 version of the show, and that shit is fucking, the color is max, bro. That shit is so fucking. Let me just go back to the opening of Mighty Morphin. Like that shit is so fucking saturated. Like it kind of does look, I guess, naturalistic for his time. But I guess then you could just say in '93, like everything was saturated and the cameras didn't quite capture it correctly. But even when I look at fucking Alpha back then, yeah, there's fuck ton of color here.
You need to turn that saturation dial up.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't do it. Maybe it's like a editor's choice, but at that point, then it really does feel like LARPing now. Like niggas used to make that joke, but now it actually, like, it's literally LARPing because you niggas are not touching shit in the way of color. Like they're doing like basic color grading. It's not completely uncolored. If I could find the Dino chart, let me see if I can find the fucking tech specs for that. But I don't know. It feels boring to me. Like I don't think that you have to completely stick to what was done in the '90s, but you got to do something to like try and make it feel different.
Don't have
That
them
makes sense.
shits look like ass.
Yeah. You do something. Somebody do. What I said earlier, I said send those fucking costume designers over to Japan for 5 years and make them work on a fucking Sentai series. You know, them niggas probably don't want to be over there. Get these fucking gaijin out of here. What are you doing?
Y'all can watch.
But
We're not gonna let y'all touch it.
yeah, somebody has to do something.
That King Oju team is crazy, by the way. Did you see how
Yeah.
it's all shot?
I haven't. I
Like
would love
because
to
it's
see that.
because it's all shot in like 90% CGI or whatever because of the backgrounds.
Yeah.
They've got them sitting in like this fucking CGI room.
Yeah.
Like it's just a room with like a rotating platform or whatever it is. It's like some weird shit. I have to get the photos. But it's shot really weird, and I really hope they kind of go back to shooting on location because it's hurting the action shot. Well, not hurting, but it's taking the fluidity and the what is it? The fucking naturalness. That's not even a word of the
Yeah.
fight scenes
Yeah.
away because
Right.
you don't even get to see like good shots. Everything is like a fixed angle, like an acute. It jumps around and then it shows you one angle and that's it, and everything is kind of just like moving in 2 times speed, and then it gets this shot, the in quotations shot that you would want to see on TV.
Right. Yeah, that's something that a lot of people have, like an issue people have with like Marvel movies now as well. It's just like it doesn't feel like you're anywhere. Like there's certain times where it's just like, yeah, you have to shoot on green screen or a soundstage or some shit like that. Like when the Guardians are off in space doing God knows what, it's like, all right, we have to shoot here. But like, for example, that one shot of Captain America at the end of the first Avenger when he runs around New York and is just like, how the fuck did I get here? Right? Or he's like, I have a date or something like that. Like that shot, you can, I at least think, right? Not entirely sure. I could be wrong, but I they had to have like shot on location for part of it, right? Um, like for example, you can tell that it's not a soundstage. It's not, you know, like it has to be somewhere because this nigga is running in between cars, and that would have to be a big fucking studio for you to do something like that,
Out in the
right?
backyard of the studio.
Yeah. Now you can feel the depth. It's something that would be entirely too fucking expensive to do with CGI. So they just shoot it on fucking location. And I don't know. I haven't lived in Manhattan. I don't keep up with Manhattan. I don't know if that's like a thing where niggas just shut down fucking The
I'm pretty sure they do shut down city blocks to shoot. Yeah,
yeah, like Times Square, shit like that to film.
bro,
I've
they
never
shut
seen
down the
that.
corner of my block a couple weeks ago. Not a couple weeks ago, a couple years ago, to shoot some fucking Old Navy commercial or whatever.
Yeah. What else? What was it like? People, at least I at least see fucking the Joker. Like them niggas, people put on Twitter like, oh, them niggas were filming some shit here, and there's this picture of the Joker in the iconic scene on the steps. Uh, and shit like that is, I feel it gives movies its magic. Like, niggas have done great things with, what is it, the volume now, like the shit that um Favreau came up with. Like that's cool and all.
Oh
But there
yeah,
is a different type of magic that is when you shoot like on location for certain things. Which is why, like, Kamen Rider and Sentai, they always shoot on that one quarry.
the
Um,
quarry. There's that one. I forget what that area is called, but it's the area with the waterfalls and the steps. They love that shit, bro.
yeah. And even if you shoot like on a set, like for example, the Tyler Perry has a fucking compound or some shit like that. It just can't be a small one. Like it has to feel big. That was another problem that we had to bring it back to the movie. Like a lot of the shots felt close. Like you don't get a sense of like where these people are in a space. And I feel like that's the like magic of making movies, is just like trying to fool the audience into thinking like this was, you are in that room or in that space, or this is some place that you can pinpoint yourselves to whenever you like finish editing it. Like it feels like this is it doesn't feel like, you built this in like Unreal Engine 5 or some shit like that.
Yeah, people kind
Uh,
of just pop in and out of the frame, and you're just like, oh, okay.
yeah. Like they're very selective with their shots. I don't know what the budget was. It says it was shot on location in New Zealand. That's what
Yeah,
one of
because
the
apparently
IMDb critics said.
shooting in New Zealand is like dirt cheap. You just fucking you can walk over there with like $300 and then just shoot everywhere or
Yeah,
whatever. I don't know. Obvious
yeah. There was
exaggeration, but shit.
yeah, in New Zealand, Australia, shit like that. Like one of the people that I met in last semester, fuck, what was this? Fall semester. She was from Australia. And I was just like, oh, what's it like being all the way over from Australia? And she's like, it's cool. We have like big film scenes out there. And I would imagine like that being the case, since like, I don't know how far, I'm American, my geography is not on point. I don't know how far New Zealand is from Australia, but I'd imagine that they're similar, right? So it's just like you come over here, you learn how we make films, and then you go back over there so that you can just work on those sets. Like now and it, you know, there's like programs and shit like that. But since most of the people do all their filming over there, like Star Wars probably films over there all the fucking time. Um, well, they used to until haha the volume. But whenever they do feel like shooting on location, they just go over there, and you don't want to you don't have to pay a fuck ton of money for American fucking PAs and shit like this. You just get a bunch of PAs from New Zealand and do it like that. But it just felt weird. Like there's good shots, I feel, right? Like when Zach is talking to Min after she got caught at the juice bar trying to play Power Ranger. Like I feel like that was shot well. There wasn't any shots where it was just like, I'm trying to pick it apart in my head. There's a lot of just shot, reverse shot, wide shot, master shot, like the simple shit. But that I felt was like an appropriate use of just like a close camera, because it is an intimate moment between the two. Other than that, I just standard shit. Like not standard shit that they've been doing since the 90s, I feel.
I mean,
I just
yeah,
feel like a lot
you
of
can
like
call it standard shit.
the Japanese camera work is better, and it's not even me being a weeb. It's just like like the impact of like the stunts feels punchier when it is Sentai, I feel, rather than when it is like American. And I feel like I don't know why a lot of Americans will be like, oh yeah, you punch a nigga one time in Power Rangers and there's sparks all over this shit, and it's just like, yeah, it adds a sense of impact that sound design can't do alone, I feel. Um, or even just some special. If it's not gonna be sparks, you gotta do something. Because I can't tell a regular hit versus a hit that's gonna turn these niggas into rocks. So it's like,
Yeah, they tap them twice and the
yeah,
putties just evaporate.
especially when Min is fighting too. Like I know these niggas are made of rock, but I legitimately couldn't tell when some shit hurt her hands because these niggas are made of fucking rock, and she doesn't have like that fucking
She's not
ranger
sauced
aura
up.
about her. Yeah, she doesn't have that shit on her, so I can't tell what's hurting her versus what's actually doing damage to these things. Um, and I know it's show not tell, but like it's also listen as well. Like audio is also a big part of it. I didn't hear any different like sound effects. Uh, there was one time she kicked the nigga and she was like, "Oh, that hurts." Like you did like the little shaky hand thing, but at that point, it's just like, why are any of these niggas taking damage, quote unquote, at all? And that's like some really nerd shit. But at the same time, like it is, I feel something that a criticism or like a joke, I guess, among the people that used to watch Power Rangers, like has taken to account into like the new things that I'm not a fan of. Like I don't watch Power Rangers anymore. Um, I don't know. I definitely don't know if this is the same crew that works on like the newer shit.
It
Uh,
is.
but yeah,
That
it
that
was
is
like a
that
fucking.
that Hasbro team.
It was a clip I saw from the of the Green Ranger on Dino Charge that people were saying looked pretty good. Actually, I don't think it's Dino Charge because there's a white man I'm looking at right now.
No, that's right. Green Ranger and Dino Charge was a white man.
But the clip I saw was a girl flying around.
Oh, it's
Pretty
probably
sure.
Dino Fury.
Ah, there it is. Right. Okay. Yeah. And she was like doing all the damn flips and dips and shit. And it actually looked kind of good. Oh, let me see. And this one doesn't look too bad. So maybe it is just Dino Charge that looks like shit. I'm looking at this one now. And the color's all right. It's just missing that sheen that the Japanese has. And I think it probably is the materials then. Yeah, it's definitely the materials. Or these niggas have a light on them at all. No, it's definitely the materials. It's just the materials. Yeah. No, because here I'm seeing a bunch of sparks and shit too. Let me see.
Well, you have to think about the way that it's shot now. They also do use footage from Super Sentai.
Do they?
Yes, that's how it's always been. It's always been certain shots are OC footage, and then other shots are stock footage. Well, not
Oh,
stock footage.
I guess this is the OC footage team then for once and always. Yeah, because yeah, a lot of the criticism I'm giving for once and always is not present here.
Yeah, like Once and Always is a completely OC. That's why newer fans of Power Rangers will notice that all of the effects they use are all the effects that we've been seeing for the last 5 years.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I guess yeah, I guess I can't say that for Dino Fury, and this is like episode 28 of Dino Fury. Wow, 28,
Yeah,
and they're just getting green and black. New
no,
recruits,
listen, bro.
huh?
Nigga, what are you looking at? First of all, link this shit.
Hold on, hold on, whoa, hey. Mm.
Oh no, because it's whatchamacallit, season 28, episode 4.
Oh, okay. God, why did you fuck it? Never,
Yeah.
never.
Remember when I said Mighty Morphin being 3 seasons long fucked the shit up?
Yeah,
That's what I meant.
yeah, okay.
Could you
Yeah,
imagine?
so
I mean, technically, that's what they did in Dumb Brothers.
and it okay, and now that I'm looking at it, the suit also does kind of have a sheen to it. It's just not as fucking bright as the Japanese one. And now I have to let me see. Kill. Let me see if I can I find out what camera was Kill Ryuja shot on? I don't think I'm gonna get that,
You are not going to get
but
that.
let's see. Uh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh wait. Can someone give me a history of Sentai picture formats? Red cameras in HD format debuted with Shinkenger and Bokenger. Was the
Shut
first
up.
season with 16:9 aspect ratio. They used analog film into the first few episodes of Car Ranger and switched to digital film. Then using traditional compositing as well into the first few episodes of Gal Ranger and switched to digital compositing, which accounts for a slight bump in quality starting around then. Bokenger was the first series broadcast in widescreen. Shinkenger was the first series shot in HD on an HD camera. Kyoryuger was the first series shot in 1080p. Okay. The reason Time Ranger looks so bad is because it was one of Toei's first DVD releases and such was very poorly encoded. If you're looking for
That
instance on
explains a lot.
cinematography, you're out of luck. Alright, well. Kyoryuger is 1080. Doesn't tell me what camera it's on, but these niggas said red cameras. But red cameras are kind of fucking old. I think that's literally all I'm gonna get though, unless I start typing in Japanese. Yeah. Regardless,
For you to start typing in Japanese, baby. Come on now.
there. I don't. Give me another year. Wow. Yeah. I'm gonna have to assume that they probably have a light out here, as well on the suits then, because that's the only other explanation. That there's like some sort of like obviously your sunlight is your key light, but there's probably like a big ass light that's your fill. That's like somewhere else. And how much fill you're gonna get on a fucking bright Japanese day, who fucking knows? But there's some sort of fill because I don't think the sun is hitting quite like that. Or maybe it's just because since it's in New Zealand, maybe it's always fucking overcast, and so the sun is being diffused and it's not as bright as it is over there.
Yeah, but if that's the case, then you gotta find a way to fucking cheat, bro.
It's gonna be very hard with however much action that they
Get
like
you
to
some
do.
damn lights out there, man.
You can
Ma-
get the handheld lights. It's just gonna take fucking forever to shoot because there's
Make
always gonna
that
be.
goddamn artificial sun, bro. Put that shit out there, cause
Oh
this is
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. That's what I think. They're also shooting in a forest, and these niggas, the screen. No, 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 because them niggas are in a plane on the one shot that you posted. Anyways, um, yeah, that's my fucking film nerd corner.
No, that was really
Uh,
good.
but
We need to do more of
yeah,
that.
men. I mean, we got to start watching more regular people TV for that. Sorry, anime fans. You niggas are not normal.
You have to allow
Um,
that.
Acting wise though, yeah, Min I feel I think she did a good job. Uh, Kind of that middle ground, and also whoever wrote it, I think they did a good job of like not trying to charge the shit with a bunch of 2023isms so you know what year it is. They did it
Yeah,
once or twice.
holy
I picked
shit.
up on it. I picked up on it. You know, Alpha saying I'm noticing a vibe. I get that vibe is old. You know, maybe that's not a 2023ism, but other than that, there wasn't a lot of shit on there.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of that. There was quipping, but it wasn't like, the over the top every time you do something. Here's a quip for you.
Yeah.
The writing for it is actually pretty well put together. Like it does fit in universe in most cases, but there's small things like I brought up, like the Tyrannosaurus and pterodactyl power coins needing to be shopped. Um, there's something else. Um, Not being able to summon the guardian beasts without a certain ranger or whatever. I mean, I guess it makes sense, and it's always been something that's either existed or it hasn't. Because
Yeah.
you'll see certain times that one person will be piloting the robot, and then other times it's, oh well, we need to make a gimmick or it's an autopilot, and we'll let you drive. It's weird, but I mean the fact that they recreated the Megazord sequence in the CGI, which I think this is the last thing we're gonna get into with this fucking CGI. It
Yeah.
doesn't look bad, but boy, does it look like that fucking death battle CGI.
Like for something that wanted to be so faithful with the fucking Zords coming out of the ground, for them to not also try to recreate the Japanese style of just like putting a nigga in a suit and or putting two niggas in a suit, sorry, because they already had Like they already have fucking what's his name in the suit. You just needed to make one more suit, and then that's it. And then just have the niggas fight and make it look big. It's some shit that they achieved like 30 years, literally 30 years ago. Well, it
Yeah,
wasn't their footage, but
over 30 years ago, mind you.
yeah,
Because Super Sentai is like 50 years old now.
yeah. So it's just like do that, but they wanted to do the CGI because I guess they thought they had it, and I don't think they had it. They should have just
Yeah, they did not
should
have it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's passable CGI for a quote children's show end quote.
yeah.
But if we're speaking in terms of just how CGI has progressed in the last couple of years, you guys look barely better than the '95 movie, and that's
Right.
kind of crazy.
That one was bad.
Now, don't get me wrong, I do love the product placement in this show, and you don't even really have to call it product placement. Like they use the Zord assisted product or project Dino Megazord. That's what the models were based on, like the CGI models for the Megazord. It
Yeah.
was based on the Zap Dino Megazord. You had the Lightning Collection Morpher. That's why Trini's Morpher doesn't look like the other ones. Because there's two versions. There's the gold plated one, and then there's the silver plated one. They use the Lightning Collection weapons as well. Like you can get the power saber, daggers, whatever they call it. Cause they change the shit. They change the names of this shit every so often, but it was really good product placement. Like even
Yeah.
down to the Lightning Collection communicators too. Like almost everything that you saw in this show, if your kid wanted it, you could go out and buy it for a reasonable price.
Yeah. Especially now.
Which is crazy because back in the day, you wanted some shit like that. This shit would run you $150.
Yeah,
Actually,
you
let me not
fucking
even
messed
check
it up.
because I think if you want to buy the Lightning Collection Power Sword, it's like $200. I was looking at it. Let me see. Because you have the Morpher line. Yeah, they have the Morphers with the gold plate. I was gonna pick this up because I never even owned it. Power Sword. Also, dumb shit like changing the Power Sword. If you've been tuning into my, it's not really like a retro review, but it's like a retrospective, and we're going through the entire franchise. If you watch early Mighty Morphin, even up to like season 3, they changed the names of these things a lot.
Yeah.
Like every name changes. It used to be the Power Sword, Power Saber, Mega Powers. Okay, I'm lying. So this Lightning Collection Power Sword is $219. Maybe you can't get this for your kid. I mean, you could, but but it's up for that birthday, dog.
Yeah, you're not getting shit else for the next 3 birthdays, bro.
Like they have the power daggers here and the power lance for 131 a piece. Yo, the Morpher is only $60. That's a lot. God damn it. But I mean, they did give us some cool stuff where they remastered the Mighty Morphin Green Ranger, and it's supposed to be the, I'm getting the product placement here and I shouldn't because this is just nerd shit. But it's the Tommy during the Green Candle. Like it
Yeah.
comes with it's the Tommy that comes without the dragon shield, and it has the candle, and they give you a remastered Red Ranger, which is the dragon shield Red Ranger, which is actually really cool. But at the same time, it's that Mighty Morphin pandering that has been plaguing this fucking franchise for 25 years almost.
Uh-huh.
Which is crazy because this is the 30th anniversary of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And for 25 of these 30 years, we have been pandering to this same audience.
Y'all remember this, guys? Y'all remember? Yeah. You
I mean,
guys remember.
I don't mind it because it helps with the greater universe, but we have, something has to give. And if this alleged reboot that has been making its rounds on Twitter actually exists, maybe that they'll fucking fix it. I doubt it, but hey.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've talked your ear off for about an hour. We want to thank you guys for watching. I don't know if Tux has anything he wants to plug.
One of these days or one of these weeks, when I have more time, I do want to get on my stream and just go over the films I've made slash worked on. Although I don't know if a lot of them are like out or whatever, but just like move on from talking shit about King Vader, and just look at.
That's your gimmick.
That used to be. I mean, like, here's the thing, right? I'll just do this real quick, but I feel like King Vader is a good foundation for like, and I'll probably want to go back after this like recent month of just like being on set. Now, like, look at it and be like, all right, how would I do this different? Because I feel like it's a good, especially like from where he started with just making vines. Like, he's made a lot of progress in terms of just like visual distinction and style. That guy's style is fucking crazy. His CG work is crazy. It just need a little bit more help. But yeah, that was the gimmick for a while. But I do want to move on to like looking at what my friends have made, because I showed Guardia one of the short films that I helped with. I didn't do much, but I did help. Uh, and outside of like them, it being a very early rough cut, I thought it was fucking fire. Um, so I do want to get on here and show you niggas that I'm not just bullshitting and speaking jargon when I fucking talk about films. Like, I'm actually at school for this shit, believe it or not. You niggas have seen Perfect Strangers, but there's something else that I have finished recently that I do want to show off. But yeah, that's about it. You can find my Twitch in the description below. I usually go live Sundays with reading Shonen Jump, so not much film shit very often, but yeah, that's about it. Also, watch whenever we do it. This previous episode is one of the funniest that I feel like we've
It's the
ever
worst
had.
shit ever, bro. Because it's
It
literally
was
just
so funny.
these niggas having a grand old time, and I'm getting bullied in the fucking background. Like, it's insane.
It's a very please watch it. We have a lot of fun. Guardy works very hard on everything. Uh, Also, me, Mikey, and Guardy play D&D Sundays. Fucking asterisk. Sometimes. Tama Remix. Mikey's DM. Me and Guardy are players. It's very fun. Please watch. That's about it. That's all I have. Obviously, tune in to all of Guardy's shit. Everybody else's shit as well. Dom is making fucking humongous moves. Finally, these Smash niggas have opened their fucking eyes to how goated that nigga is. So
Humongous moves.
everybody, I don't, I'm knock on wood, but things are looking up. I feel I lied. I'm in hell, but on
Holy
paper,
shit.
things are looking up. So keep an eye out on this here channel. You might see some crazy shit in the coming years. I feel that's all I got.
All right. Well, with that, we will see you when we see you. Y'all have a good day, night, Godspeed, and thank you for watching as always.
Goodbye.